Hi again, YouTubers. So it is time for favorites, regrets, and empties. Good amount of favorites, a couple regrets, there's two, and a good amount of empties. I'm trying to get through stuff, so we're working on it. I am going to start right in with, and at the end of the video, by the way, people have been asking me to actually go through kind of like I do in my vlogs and mention what I'm wearing on my face, so I will start doing that at the end. I will still list it below, but I'll also mention it because people have been asking. I guess they'd rather hear me say it, I guess, like I do in my vlogs. So jump right in. First thing that is a favorite that I honestly was very, very, very shocked by. I had looked at it probably about 4 or 5 times in the stores. Like, okay, let me rephrase it. Probably about 2 times online, about 3 times in the store. And I was always very intimidated by it. And this is the Laura Mercier, and it is actually called the Flawless Contouring Palette. The Art Made Simple. This is what the packaging looks like. Looks kind of like Kat Von D to me. That's the first thing I think of when I see it. It does open up. It has 5 different colors. These 3 right over here are the matte ones, and these ones too. These 2 here have the shimmer to them. I will first show you the shimmers. I have the highlight one on today. And then on the other side here, there is the one that I have this one on today, the largest one, and then the other 2. Okay, and so this one I did for a really basic natural contour, but this one I use when I really want to step it up a notch or when I'm going out at night. Guess I should have brought a towel out to wipe my hands off. Sorry, should have thought of that ahead of time. So I'm really impressed by this. Now, I have tried contour products, contour palettes. I didn't like the Anastasia one. I like the Smashbox one. I love the Smashbox contour sticks. And what was the other thing I tried? There's something. Oh, you know I love my Chanel Bronze Universal. So this is kind of a really cool mix of all of those things, kind of, that I ended up liking. The other good thing about it is in here on the top, it has these little cards that tell you about contouring, like different ways to do things and all of that, which is really quite cool at the top there. It is not very large, fairly compact, fairly thin for what some of these palettes have been. And I'm really loving it. And the thing I will say I love the most about this palette, and I'll just use any one of these as an example, is these sheer out. They are very intimidating looking, especially someone as pale as I am. When you see them in the palette, they look like they're just going to be way too dark on my skin tone. But they sheer out very, very, very nicely, whereas some of the other cream products really don't sheer out quite as nicely or work out as nicely on the skin. So absolutely loving that. Another thing that I'm loving with that is this thing. When I first saw it, I was like, I would never need that. I would never use it. And then when the Sephora makeup artist used it on me, I fell in love with it. And it is the Sephora Pro Contour Blender number 77. This is what it looks like. It kind of swoops up and down. And what you do is actually, I put the base of the product on the higher point there. I tap it in there, then I tap it on my hand, and you simply just set it down and drag it where you want it to be. And then you use it to feather the product in, and it is phenomenal with cream contouring. Like, it is just amazing, amazing, amazing. Now, another thing is if you guys haven't gone to the Sephora site, or if you don't have a chance to go in and kind of talk to a master artist like I had the option to do, there is this thing on the site, and I did it and I talked about it on my Instagram as well, my Instagram, my Twitter, and I think my Facebook even. On their app, like you have their app, you can go in and download a picture of yourself, and they'll actually go through and tell you step by step how to contour, which I thought was really awesome. And it actually had some tips too that I've tried since that they didn't tell me there. So really excited about that. That brush is just awesome. It's so cool. Next thing I've been loving is for my brows. My brows, I think, have been looking better. Like, I think I have not had them waxed in forever. I've just been tweezing them, grooming them, taking care of them myself. And so I've really been filling them in a little bit more after I talked to the master artist, and I used the Anastasia Brow Wiz. But the other thing she used that I thought, oh, I don't need this, is the Anastasia, it is called Brow Duality. Matte, Shell, and Lace Shimmer are the colors that I have. So it's a matte ended pencil and a shimmer ended pencil. And I'll show you how that swatches. This is the matte one there. And then on the other side, this one is a shimmer. It doesn't look like much when you see it on my hand, much less over this bronzer that I have on, the contour. But what you actually do with this is it helps to clean up the shape of your brow. So you actually just draw a line on, and I'll do a face of the month this month. I will use this in there, but you actually just draw the line on to define your brow. The matte one on the top and the matte one in the inner corner, and then the shimmer one on the outer corner. And it really just helps to shape them and clean them up. I did not think I would need this. I thought I had other products that would work just as well, and this is awesome. This is a must-have for me. Absolutely loving that. Okay, this is kind of funny because a good amount of the things were things that I got when I talked to the master artist that I'm actually really in love with. The next thing is a product that I have not heard anyone here on YouTube talk about, and it is by a company called Besame. Never heard of the company either, but when I went in, the master artist said this stuff was awesome. It's called the Brightening Vanilla Powder. It's very pretty packaging. It looks like this. It comes with a little puff on the inside, and actually it opens up. The puff is in here, okay? And then you open it up, and it's still, you know, nothing's coming out. This is where this package is tricky, and this is what I don't like about this. It actually has a lid that you pull up, and then the shaker is on the inside. So the product isn't going to get all over the puff, and the product kind of stays in here. And when I saw this, my first thought was Ben Nye banana powder. There's no way that's going to work on me because Ben Nye banana powder did not work on me. It was way too yellow. This was going to be horrible. And this stuff is amazing. I love it. Love it, love it. I have it on right now. Everything I've mentioned so far I have on. I absolutely love it. It just really brightens. I don't know if it's that vanilla powder versus a yellow powder. I don't know what's brightening in it. I love this stuff. It is just so awesome. And I'm shocked that I have not heard more people on here on YouTube talk about this. They do sell it in other colors. I think there were 2 other colors after I looked online. But I have a feeling this little container would last you quite some time too. But this, you know, I use that Laura Mercier Smooth Finish Powder. This blows that out of the water. Phenomenal, phenomenal. If you are into setting your under eyes and brightening your under eyes, give that a shot. It is hands down just phenomenal. The next thing that I've really been loving, and this isn't something that I got because of the makeup artist, the master artist. This is something that my girlfriend Sarah talked to me about, and I got it on a whim because she was talking about it, and I'm so glad I did, and I love it. And it is the Urban Decay. It is called the Naked Skin Ultra Definition Powder Foundation. I have this in the color Light Natural. Okay, I'm going to try and open up and see if it'll stand. This is what it looks like. It comes with a little compact puff on this side. I think it even says, yeah, this side says Urban Decay or UD. It's that kind of breathable thing here. So if you do use the sponge, it will breathe and it won't harbor bacteria. This is the powder. I use it with a brush. I use it with my IT Cosmetics powder brush. The color itself is deceiving. It looks very light, but it has way more pigmentation than you would anticipate. It is actually a beautiful, beautiful powder on the skin. It's, again, what I have on now. I set my T-zone with it. I don't really use it on my cheeks or kind of in this area. I just use it on my forehead, down my nose, and my chin. This stuff is similar in finish to the Makeup Forever, MAC MSF Natural, but this has way better staying power. The MAC MSF Naturals, as much as I love the finish, they don't, on my oily combination skin, they don't hold the oil at bay, but Studio Fix powder is way too drying. This is a combination of those two. It has the staying power of Fix and the finish of MSF Natural. Awesome, awesome, awesome product. Next thing I have been loving, and it is on me as well today, is the YSL Tint in Oil. It's called Volupte Tint in Oil. I have the color number 3, I think it is. They have the worst packaging to know the colors of their names, but it's the really, really light one. I absolutely love it. These are, if you go for the darker and brighter ones, they are a tint in oil. They have a peach-like scent. This one, I went with the very neutral one because I don't tend to do well, and I learned that. I did order number 6 as well, and I had to send it back because number 6 was like bright pink on me. This stuff smells like peach Bellini, somebody said, and that's like the perfect description. Ugh, it feels amazing on the lips. I have on Urban Decay Naked Lip Liner, and that's it with that, and I love it. It is just so awesome. I do have a full review on that. That's the only product I have a full review on. Next thing I am loving, Benefit Roller Lash. And this is what the sample looks like, and I will open this one up to show you the brush. This is what I have on today as well. This mascara, this brush, it just gives you the most feathery, defined, volumized lashes. It just is phenomenal. I have nothing else on my lashes. Like, that's it. And I think it just does an amazing, amazing job. I do have a full size. I have not yet opened this one. It's a more rubberized cap. You know, very similar in packaging, but obviously one is a sample. When the sample is up, I will open this one. Awesome mascara. Absolutely love it. Like, it's blowing a lot of, that's, you know what? It is what I wanted Dior Iconic Overcurl. I love that, but it got clumpy. It's what I wish that was, like, because you know I loved that anyway. This blows that out of the water, to give you an idea. That is all of my favorites. Regrets. Talking about contours. Cover FX Cream Contour Kit. The makeup artist, when I was at Sephora, I said to her, I said, find the one that would match me best, and I want to get that one because I want to review it as well. And it was in the color, I don't remember the color. It was in my haul video. It didn't work. It was way too orangey. It didn't pull well. It looked very fake on me. It was just not working. So that one is going back. It's downstairs in a bag, actually waiting to go back. Next thing that has already gone back, because it was something I bought online, so I shipped it back right away. And I talked about this in my haul that I wasn't really impressed with that. I love this one. It's the Hourglass Modernist palette. This is the one in Infinity. And this is the one I love. I absolutely love this one. My OCD kills me that there are no dividers, but so be it. I love the colors enough that it doesn't bother me. I did also buy, I wrote down the name, Monochrome. It had more of pink tones to it. They were way too, like, pinky grayish. I don't know. Didn't work for me at all. So those two things either went back or are going back. On to Empties. First thing, this was a sample, Dior Addict It Lash. Got a sample of this. This thing, I will say this, wanted to love it. I like Dior mascaras. It dried up so fast. I think I got 3 uses out of it. I wanted to love it. I wanted to try the brush and really like it, but it dried up really fast. I was not impressed with that. Colleen Rothschild Retinol Treatment Complex. Used this one up. I already have a new one. I placed an order when I did my review of skincare as well. Kenra Platinum Hot Spray 20 Firm Hold Heat Protectant Spray. Love this stuff. Won't be without it. Anytime I curl my hair, I use this. Like, curl it with a curling wand, curling iron, anything, I have to use that. I'll just stay on Colleen. I have Colleen Rothschild Radiant Cleansing Balm. Second one I've ever been through in a year. I've only ever been through 2 to give you an idea. It smells so good. I love this stuff. It is by far the best cleansing balm I have used. I have heard there are other ones out there. I'm not willing to stray to find out if they're any good, just at this point. Colleen Complete Eye Cream. I use this all the time. I think I have another one still back here somewhere. Where would it be? There it is, right there. I think there's 2 there. Or no, I just opened one because of this. There was 2 there. Use this up. Best eye cream I have used. I am using the Dr. Dennis Gross Retinol Ferulic Acid. I know I'm saying that word wrong. Acid one during the day and this at night. This is very, very moisturizing. But I think my under eyes have actually been looking brighter. I used up my Anastasia Brow Wiz in the color Caramel. This one was used up. This is the one that the bottom was popping off, so I never kept the lid on it. I threw the lid away for the brush, and this is just empty. There's nothing left in it. When I ran out of my Colleen Rothschild Vitamin C treatment and my salicylic acid while I was waiting for my order to come in, I used one of these, which is my Perricone MD Vitamin C Ester 15. I used that instead and used that one up. Oh, I broke this when I went to New York. I took it with me, the Bobbi Brown Corrective Spot Treatment SPF 25. I really did like this, but as you can see, it is broken. Like, I can't even get it apart anymore. It dried it out. It broke it. Like, see? I don't know if I'll buy that one again or not. I used up the Moroccan Oil Glimmer Shine. This has taken me to use this entire thing almost 2 years, and I use it almost every day. I spray it on my brush and then brush my hair out, and it helps detangle it, and it just adds some shine back, and it is just a really, really great product. Expensive, but great. It's like $100, but for 2 years, awesome. I used up that Dove. I have bought another one of those actually, and I'm already using it. I have another one, so empty, full. Dove Dry Spray 48-hour antiperspirant in Cool Essentials. It was fine. I wouldn't go back out and buy it. I've heard great things about it, but it was just okay. First one I have used up of my lemongrass oil that I buy on Amazon. This is the first one that I used an entire bottle of up. It takes a long while to get through these, and I use that every single day. Trying to use up some other things. Body Shop. What are these called? Body butters, I think. Vineyard Peach Body Butter. Use this up. I love the smell of it, but realistically, I love my CeraVe and my KP Judy way better, but I'm trying to use up some of these other lotions here and there in between. So use that up. And last thing is the It's a 10 Miracle Hair Mask. I have so many hair masks. It's crazy. There's a little bit left in there. It smells awesome. It smells amazing. It smelled as soon as I open and close it. But I'm trying to use up what I have and get rid of things. I talked to my hairdresser and she's like, I said, I have a whole bunch of hair masks, but I'm out of conditioner. And she was like, just use it as your conditioner and just don't keep it on for as long and you can still rinse it out. So I've been trying to do that. So going through those. And that is everything for my favorites, regrets, and empties. I will sit here and tell you a little bit about what's on my face real quick. Foundation, Marc Jacobs Genius Gel. I have on the Laura Mercier Contour and Highlighter, the cream one. I have on the Urban Decay Naked Powder to set in the center of my face, under my eyes. I use that new, I don't think you wouldn't have seen it yet in the haul, Pixie Peach Corrector Concealer or something. I don't know that I'd heard Emily Noel talk about under my eye. For highlight, not a shimmer highlight, for just highlighting on my face, I used the Maybelline, what is that called? Fit Me Concealer. Blush is NARS Orgasm. Guerlain Meteorites all over my face to set it. On my eyes, Urban Decay Primer Potion. Anastasia Brow Wiz with the Anastasia Contour Duo you saw. Benefit Gimme Brow to hold it down, or to hold it in place. Eyes, Bare Minerals Top Shelf Duo. One of my favorite duos of all times on my eyes. Just love it for a basic look. Marc Jacobs Highliner on just the inner waterline. It's this one. Benefit Roller Lash. Oh, I have that powder, Besame. Oh, I use the Lancome waterproof concealer under my eyes, and then the Besame powder on top of that. On my lips, Urban Decay Naked Lip Liner and the YSL oil. So that is everything. I hope you guys enjoyed this. Please let me know if you have any other questions, and thanks so much as always for watching. Have a great day. Bye.